Does a bowl of soup pose a threat? For sharks and their survival among the human population, a bowl of shark fin soup poses a huge threat for their species on our planet. I live in a world where all living things should be loved and respected. I feel like sometimes we have no idea what is going on in our world because most of us are living in our own worlds, worrying about our lives when there are horrible things being done to animals, and in this case, creatures of the sea. Once being exposed to this information, my eyes, ears, and as well as my heart have been opened to a whole other world that will forever change my views. Think about it. Would you eat a bowl of soup if you knew that it was made with pieces of an endangered species? According to environment correspondent Matt McGarth of BBC News, 100 million sharks are killed annually. An estimate done by Dr. Chapman from Stony Brook University in New York, U.S. shows that roughly 63 to 273 million sharks are killed each year. These staggering figures could place many shark species on the endangered list or even make them become extinct if rules and regulations are not set in place. That's like killing 6 times of California's population in a single year. However, what is even more startling is researchers believe this is only the median for shark killings each year. Shark populations all over the world are being threatened to make this soup that is mostly served in Asia. Although shark fins are primarily consumed in Asia, shark finning is a global phenomenon. Top countries that are exporting fins to China include Spain, Mexico, and the U.S. Shark fin soup first became a Chinese delicacy when it was served on the emperor's table in the Ming Dynasty around the year 1400. Today, shark fin soup is about $100 for a bowl, and just about anyone can order it. What's sad is they actually add chicken broth to the soup because the fin doesn't actually have any flavor to it. It's the texture of the fin that is so great. I have never personally tried it myself due to the harmful process and how the soup is made. First, they capture the shark. They then cut off its fin while it's still alive, then are tossed back into the ocean, left to die, mostly from suffocation. This is a finless nurse shark. This shark is supposed to be still alive, now dying on a reef. Sharks need to swim to breathe, passing water through their gills. Instead, it lies motionless at the bottom of the sea waiting to die, which sometimes takes weeks. Could you imagine your animal suffering for weeks waiting to die? It would break my heart, and this right here breaks mine. Here, in this picture, these bags were labeled as anchovies from Mexico, but we can see clearly that this was a cover story. They are knocking out a generation of great whites, and specific shark species are already gone. Sharks take about 15 to 20 years to grow like humans. Sharks will only have about 25 pups, and if we kill them before having pups, we are cutting the population even more. Just like the black market is destroying our families with drugs, we are destroying our ocean. Removing sharks are bad for the ocean. We are changing their food pyramid, and removing one thing will always affect something else. After seeing and reading on how sharks were mistreated and left to die, my views have changed completely about them. We are normally afraid of these creatures of the sea, but they are creatures of God that are put on this earth for a reason, just like you and I. So why is it okay for us to torture and kill sharks if they are helpful to our ocean. We need to stop the extinction in a bowl. I advise everyone to spread the word about this horrible delicacy. If you are ever offered shark fin soup, don't eat it. Remember, sharks are fish too. I also advise you to try and dive and snorkel with the sharks. The more money that goes into shark tourism, the more people will realize the value of keeping sharks alive and won't have to suffer anymore. Think about it. Would you eat a bowl of soup if you knew that it was made with pieces of an almost endangered species? A quote once said by Cesar Chavez, "Kindness and compassion towards all living things is a mark of a civilized society. Conversely, cruelty, whether it is directed against human beings or against animals, is not the exclusive province of any one culture or community of people."